chose as a Muslim, he said, I'll just live somewhere far away, not within the Muslim community, there's no reference. So we have a responsibility for our knowledge and our children. We have to make the responsibility not just for Islam, and knowledge is part of the knowledge that the child, but we have to also look at our children within the schools and make sure that they are learning properly and that they are prospering in their studies, that they are being educated correctly. If you leave your child, the children generally they like to play, and if you put them in front of a PlayStation 3 or Xbox, that's it. That's alhamdulillah. That's the happiness for them. That's Eid, Eid every day for them. So of course the child has a tendency to do that. So you are the responsibility of the Muslim families to look after them, protect them. Let them watch what they are studying. Ask about their studying. What have you learned today? What is your homework? Give them things to learn in every avenue, because this will benefit them. And also part of tarbiyah is looking after their physical needs as well, making sure that they are active, that they are learning how to play sports. You as a father, mother, they have responsibility to make sure that they're also playing activity, because it's about balance, tawazun. لا إفراط ولا تفريط. Mentally, you have to make sure that they are mentally as well aware. Give them some mental challenges. Nowadays, with the digital era, there is so much that you can give a child to provoke their mental and brain exercises, and so that they are learning, and they are learning how to think, learning how to reflect, and so on. And very important as well when we talk about the comprehensive tarbiyah is that there is a balance between allowing work and study, and between allowing a play. And if you don't have this balance as well, then you may fall short as well. If you try to push a person too much or squeeze them just to study, they may explode. Metaphorically, not literally. Secondly, we have to also understand the role of the wife within the society. It's a very important role as well in the society. Today, part of the problems that there is in the society in general is that when they wanted to make the liberation of the woman, they started to make the woman on the equal grounds as a man. So what happened? The woman became feeling that she has to do something. She has to leave the house, she has to go and work so that she can be on the same level as the man. And what has happened there is that has generated a competition between the man and the woman, and also at the same time on the expense of the family, expense of the children. The children are not being catered for. Most of the time, like I said, children are already at school, and then after school they go to being looked after by the child care, because the mother is still at work and the father is still at work. But in Islam, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and His Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam has already said that the woman's best job, and it is a job, and it is a full-time occupation, is to look after the family. She's a ra'iyah. She is responsible in her family, and she is not just there just filling the gaps. She's doing the best job, because she is the murabbiyah. She is the one who is bringing up the children. She is the one who is preparing the generations. And that's why the sha'ir, the poet, he said al-ummu madrasatun idha a'dadtaha a'dadta sha'ban tayyib al-a'raqi. The mother is a school, is an institute. If you prepare her properly, you are preparing a whole nation which is good and sound and wonderful. So the mother is the key to this. So it is a big so we have to understand as a family that the mother, the role of the wife, the role of the mother is a full-time education. And sometimes, rather than calling housewife, they call her a homemaker, because that's what her role is. She's making the home. She is progressing this institute. And another priority which I think the Muslim family should concentrate on is which I mentioned before, because you remember I said that the roles of the family are a number of roles. Other than the biological role, we said that it is a constructive role, it is a preventative role, and it is a curative role. I'm not going to talk about the cure, because that's a whole big conference in itself. We'll talk about the preventative role. So the preventative role, and we spoke about constructive role, the preventative role is that you have to provide the security. Prevention, security. And security is a very important concept within the understanding of the family. Nowadays, everybody, they have a door to their house, and with the door comes a lock and the key, and sometimes you have the extra bolts, sometimes you might have a alarm, security alarm, and if you want to go a bit further, your security alarm can be linked to the police as well. So when somebody intrudes, it goes straight to the police. You can have a dog if you want as well. This is part of the security. These are all security issues that people take to guard their house, the physical house, the material house. But what is more important than the material is the actual physical, let's say, the spiritual guard, the spiritual security. And the family, the Muslim family, and the priority of a Muslim family should be to provide security for everyone within the family. And this security starts off with the ideological and the doctrinal security, which includes things to guard the family against evil and bad concepts, to guard the family against extremism. And by extremism, we mean both sides of extremism, not going too far away from Islam and the practice of Islam such that a person has no link to Islam, and not at the same time going too extreme in practicing Islam to the extent that a person becomes very extreme, that he looks down on people, he feels that he is better, he is arrogant. This is both ghulu. So we have to avoid both types of extremism. And the Prophet ﷺ said, إِيَّاكُمْ الْغُلُو, beware of extremism. We have to nurture the individuals on correct understanding and conviction. Islam is a deen which addresses the mind. It asks you to believe, and it always points you to look at the signs of Allah and address the mind. So our children have to accept Islam and have to be convicted with Islam. Not something that it is something that they don't know anything about, they just expect. It is something that they are convicted. Secondly, we have to have financial security. The household, the Islamic society, the Islamic home, they must have a financial security. And that's why every person within the household must understand that they have a duty to secure the finances. We're talking about making sure that the husband or the children, if they are old enough, that they are providing something to keep the finance security in the house. It's a priority. And if a person doesn't have a job and just expecting that he is going to be paid from social security, income support, job seeker allowance, this is a negative attitude for a Muslim. I think Muslims should be out there working. When two men, big men, they came to the Prophet ﷺ, they're asking for zakah. The Prophet ﷺ said, if you want, I can give you zakah. But there is no share for zakah for a person who is either rich or has the ability to earn. There's no share of zakah. If a person has the ability to earn his money, go and work. Go, and even one person, he said, I don't have any money. He said, go and collect the wood, collect the hatab, and go and sell it. Do anything. There's nothing wrong. There's no shame in working. There's no shame in providing. So this is part of the Muslim household. We have to teach and nurture. In fact, some Jewish families in this country, they don't even claim, they don't take child benefit. They refuse to take child benefit. Why? Because they said we want our children to, don't want our children to understand that that they will be looked after by the country, the state that looks after them. No, they go and learn that nothing is free. Go and work, go and earn your livelihood. And this makes the child understand that I need to do something. I don't just sleep at home expecting things I know you're going to tell me time is running out, but I'll just quickly wrap up. And part of financial security is to beware of haram. This is a concept which in a material world people don't understand. They just do anything to, to feed them. But in Islam we have a concept of haram. Beware of haram, because haram will eat away at the barakah. يَمْحَقُ اللَّهُ الرِّبَى وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. Allah will destroy, demolish the riba. If you deal in riba, you deal in haram, Allah will destroy the barakah. There's no blessings in your finance. وَيُرْبِي الصَّدَقَاتِ. He will cause the sadaqat to nurture and the charity. And in the past, the woman, the wife, will tell her husband before he leaves to go and work, she said, be careful, don't bring us any haram into the house. Because we can be patient. إِنَّ أَبْدَانَنَا تَقْوَى عَلَى الْجُوعِ. We can be patient with hunger, but we cannot be patient with the fire. We don't want the fire. We don't want to consume the fire. So fear Allah with us. So ideological security, financial security, medical security as well. The society, we have a duty as well as individuals and fathers and mothers, that we make our children, make our family aware about the health awareness. You have to teach your children, and you have to let them be convicted, really understand and believe the dangers that come with bad practices like smoking. Smoking, it's not